Peace and greetings, peace and greetings, peace and greetings. This is a reading for Sir Tony, who requested a reading from me, and wanted to go ahead and have this reading this morning, first thing this morning. And so I welcome you, Sir Tony, and it was his request that I have permission to go ahead and put this reading up. So as we get started, let's see. All right, hold on one moment. It's so funny. You have stuff sitting around, and then next thing you know, things are not as you had planned them to be. So just give me a moment. Okay, well, not sure where that went, but I've had to rearrange quite a few things because I had a 6-foot bookshelf to just keel over, which prompted me to release over 50% plus of the books that were there. And welcome, CB. I'm doing a reading for Sir Tony, who had requested a reading. So I'm going to do that, and then I have to get going in my day. So let's go ahead and take a nice deep centering breath and welcome ourselves into this sacred space. Okay. So today is February 19th, 2019, which is, wow, it's 219 and another 219. Didn't even think about that. But Sir Tony requested a reading, and this is kind of a little bit of a busy week for me in a lot of ways. And I told him, I said, I'll go ahead and do the reading for him this morning, not really realizing the significance of the date 219, well, 0219, and it's 2019. And as I lie in bed, when I first awoke this morning, I decided at that spur of the moment that I was going to do things a little bit different, that I wanted to pick out a card, intuitively pick out a card that I felt best represented him at this time. And what came to mind without me even thinking, it just intuitively popped into my mind, was the Strength card. So let me go ahead and pull that card out, because as you know, I don't really plan anything. Start the camera and get going, and it's the same for this reading. So let me go ahead and bring out the Strength card. So there you go. There's the Strength card right there. And so when I lie there in bed, Sir Tony, and I was meditating on your reading for today, the Strength card was the card that popped into my mind. And so I sort of drifted off into a little bit of a sleep. And then when I sort of drifted back from that sleep, I started thinking about the Strength card and the symbolism of the Strength card. And the first thing that popped into my mind with the strength card was the lion on the card. Was the lion. And then all of a sudden I realized that it's the full moon in Leo. So with the full moon in Leo, it's like, oh wow. So this is really sort of coming together, at least in my mind. And Sir Tony, I hope it has some resonance with you. So the first thing we're going to look at with this strength card is right above the woman's head. And I have my reading glasses on and my eyes are still a little bit blurry because I literally just woke up about 20 minutes ago. I did, however, have enough time. Oh, you know what? I wanted to light my incense. So let me go ahead and do that. So there we go. So as CB pointed out, we have infinity. We have the feminine. We have the lion. We have a garland of roses. We also have the number 8. The strength card is the number 8 in the Rider-Waite deck. And the number 8 is infinity turned sideways. So, you know, it's infinite possibilities. Also, here, I need to turn this light on. There we go. You have number 8. And 8 is a number of manifestation, infinite possibilities and manifestation. And we're also at a super moon. So this is this particular full moon, the Earth, the moon, and the Earth, they're the closest together. So this is a very powerful moon for you, Sir Tony, and for all of us. But this reading in particular is for Sir Tony. And if anyone, you know, you find something in the reading that resonates with you, go ahead and pull it out. You're here, you're watching. This is for you as well. The strength card is the element of fire. Okay, so passion and activity. Passion, activity, creation. So you have this fire element in Leo, which is a sign of creativity, fertility, courage, and leadership. And not so much fertility in the sense of giving birth to children, but fertility in the sense of this is a time, a critical time for you, Leo, not Leo, but Leo, Sir Tony, to harness this super moon, harness the energy of right now, harness the energy of the strength card, of the woman in the Leo, the woman in the lion. Sorry, I just woke up, so my mouth and my brain are not completely connected. You know, the strength card represents a quiet strength, a feminine strength that really just sort of conquers and tames everything that you need. But this is going to be amplified. You're really being called, Sir Tony, to step up and start manifesting. The power is around you to manifest, to tame, to utilize your strength, to go ahead and fearlessly conquer that which you've been sort of still holding back on. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to be bold and manifest. So let me read to you a little bit of the number 8 correspondences. And of course, if Critical Break has anything she'd like to add to that. Okay, so number 8, and we're going to read from Benabel Wynn's correspondences for number 8, which is a manifesting number. You are close to achieving your dreams. You're close to achieving your goals. This is the construction phase. When you are near completion, but still need more material support, think about how best to use the resources you have as investments to gain more. Pay attention to your own assets, your financial security. How do you use what you have, but also save enough for the future going forward? How do you maintain the balance between risk and loss? The resolution is how you manage and how you use what you have. And she's talking about the material and not so much the mental. This is the universal order. So there you have for the number 8. And we're going to look at the keywords for the strength card: strength, endurance, gentle strength. You're looking at that strength from a feminine perspective. Not always necessarily going full force with brute force, but step back, survey the situation, go into your intuitive nature. Take hold of those things that, you know, with this full moon, is a time that you're able to, and it's a super moon. So the light is really shining brightly for you to release those things that are really no longer serving you. Release those things that have been sort of holding you back. But with this super moon, as it falls in 0 degrees of Virgo, you have a limitless and a potential and limitless opportunities. This 0 degrees of Virgo is a blank canvas for you to be able to create and manifest exactly what you need. With your quiet and subdued strength, you're going to conquer your fears. You're going to release any of those things that have been holding you back. And it is time for you to take charge. It's time for you to step into your dominion, to trust your personal transformation and empowerment, and allow your light to shine. You are protected. And as you go back to that number 8, and make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row, you have things in order, you're going to be able to manifest exactly what you need. So within the next 24 to 48 hours, meditate on the number 8 card in the tarot deck. Meditate on those things that are going to help you to fully realize your potential. You're being called to broaden your horizons, to open up your heart and mind, and pursue your desires. If you look, you notice the dress, the garment that the young woman is wearing is a white garment. White is the color of purity, a color of dedication. It is time for you to dedicate yourself to your purpose, to release those parts of your ego that are holding you back, to tame your inner beast, and to allow yourself to express and manifest that in your life. You know, I keep the Leo keeps coming up over me. Leo, and I know I'm looking at the lion, but even before, you know, like I said, when I was in the meditation, um, Everything about Leo, leadership, whether it's taking charge in your life, uh, having the ability to let go of those things that have still sort of been holding you back. If you look in the distance of this card, you see a mountain peak, you see a crest, almost like the shape of a pyramid. And what do we think of pyramids in ancient Egypt and all over the world? They are beacons and towers of power and energy. The energy is behind you, Tony. It's surrounding you, Tony. And it's time for you to manifest and release, let go, so that you can start creating that life that you know that you're being called to create. And what I'm going to do right here, I wanted to bring in a key word from our Soul Trees Oracle. I apologize for my voice being a little bit scratchy. But like I said, I just woke up. And you guys are the first people that I'm speaking to. And thank you, Critical Break, for being here, for witnessing this reading. And thank you, Katrina. And let's see, is there anyone else that I missed? Here we go. So what I'm doing right now is giving you a key word, Sir Tony, to take with this reading. The Strength card represents you, represents the energies that are surrounding you. And I think it's no coincidence, like I said, that this should come at the time of not only the full moon, but the full moon being in Leo, moon in Leo. It's a time to fortify yourself, to strengthen yourself, to accruing your power, and a time for physical changes. And if you look in the window there, you see right there in the background the magician, the manifester in the physical realm, the one who is learning to, is master of the four elements of self: your emotions, your intellect, your creativity, all right, so here we go. The oracle card is believe. None of this is going to be possible unless you believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Have faith that things are going to work out. The situation that you're about to encounter, the steps that you're about to take, believe and trust that you are on the right path. And that no matter how things work out and how they're going to look on the surface, you know, there's many dimensions to everything. You know, you have the physical dimension, you have the spiritual dimension, you have the emotional, the mental dimension. Initially, you know, sometimes things can fall apart and it might look like, oh, this is the worst catastrophic event to ever happen in your life. But that may or may not be true. You have to trust and believe in yourself and the steps that you're about to take, and know that those steps are going to lead you in the right direction. Believe in your own personal strength. Believe in your own personal power. Believe that the desires that you have, that you will manifest them. Harness the power of 8. Harness the power of purity. And every time you go to drink water, I'm going to ask that you bless that water, that you put your hands over it, and that you summon up all of the strength and the power that you have inside of you. And you speak words of, um, of power and trust and blessings into that water that is going to strengthen you to manifest exactly what you need. So speak into that water. And then that water is going to become holy water, and it's going to help nourish all of the cells in your body, your energy field, all of you, to manifest exactly what you're being called to. So there you go, Sir Tony. I hope this full moon, super moon reading has merit and benefit for you. I'm going to bring that card up. You got this. All right. So there we go. That is the requested reading for Sir Tony, and he asked that I do this on video, and here we are. Okay, so thank you, Critical Break, and thank you, Dee, thank you, Katrina, for helping to hold space for this reading. So this full moon, I just happened to look down at some of my notes. Full moon, the hexagram, the bagua that go along with the full moon is heaven, the bagua heaven, which we know is creative force and the divine masculine, and also lake. And lakes, that is a water, emotions, mysterious, very deep depths. Do your meditation, sit in meditation, Sir Tony. Really get in touch with your inner flame, your inner fire. You know that there's some deep work ahead for you. You know that there's many things that you need to release, parts of your ego, whether it's fear that need to be tamed. You got this. Okay, and you are on your way to being your own hero on the hero's journey. Okay, let's see, what time is it? All right, so I'm going to have to get going. And thank you for joining me for this reading. I'm Tamu Ngina, Priestess Heart. Let's take a nice deep breath as we all harness the power of this super moon, of this snow moon. Allow it to amplify those spaces in your life that must be released, let go of, and get into your creative potential. Until next time, I wish you peace and great bliss.